so it turns out it's Halloween. Woo! And I know it's a pagan holiday, but if you do see a little kid all dressed up, just try to be nice to them and just say how creative their little costume is, and and appeal to their creative, imaginative side. I think that that's important, because today is not the day that you start to preach about how pagan this holiday is. And we're in the holiday season, and I try to look at Thanksgiving, even though I understand the history of it, and I don't mean the fake one that we were taught in school. Okay, I mean the one that where people who had come over here and immigrated over here killed thousands and thousands of Native Americans and then celebrated over it, and they call that Thanksgiving. So anyways, I try not to think of it in that way. I just try to think of Thanksgiving as a day to give thanks to the Lord for things that have happened in our life, and to thank the people that were here before, and that sort of thing. As we go into tomorrow, into November, I am praying that people learn how to forgive and move on, and find ways to resolve their issues with each other in a peaceful and loving manner. I'm looking forward, to hopefully one day resolving an issue that I've had, and so far nothing yet, but I am looking forward to that day. It's a time where we just be thankful for the people that are in our lives, the things that we've been able to accomplish, and think about the now, being in the present, not thinking about so far in the future what's going to happen, but just taking in every day, what can you do now in this moment to be helpful to somebody, or excellent in whatever it is that you're doing. So anyway, those are the things on my mind. Also, politically, of course, Mueller, there's nothing there with Trump, which I already knew. His timeline was from 2008 to 2014, and which Trump wasn't even thinking or considering running as president at that time. So all these things they're finding out about the Clintons and the Podestas, I've already known this for over a year now, that they're corrupt, and that they have a lot of splaining to do, So hopefully, my Christmas wish is you are now under arrest. That's my Christmas wish. Anyway, I'd like to see the right people get some help. Anyway. Hey, Andrea, I saw your videos, and I'm just, saddened that you were really hurting so bad at night. And but I am glad that you're grounding yourself and walking, and it's so good to get that magnetic force from the earth into your body, which helps align you, all your meridians and so forth. So that's really good. I hope that you're seeing a chiropractor. That might also help your back. I don't like seeing you get so thin and not eating. I don't necessarily agree that that's the best therapy, but I know you're doing what you think is best for you. I don't want to see you get too thin, okay, and not have any fat. I think that's healthy. Some, okay? But that's just me. Okay. Just hoping that you're doing better. And I did look at your videos. Okay, so we're in chapter 21. Christ commanded the poor widow. He foretells the destruction of the temple. Okay, and so he looks up and he sees the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury. And he also saw a certain poor widow casting in thither 2 mites. And he said, Of a truth, I say unto you that this poor widow hath cast in more than they all. For all of these have their abundance cast in and unto the offering of God. But she of her penury hath cast in all the livings that she had. And some spoke of the temple, how it was adorned with godly stones and gifts. And he said, For these things which you behold, the days will come in which there shall not be left one stone upon another, that shall not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall all these things be, and what sign will there be these things that shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that you be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Christ. The time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when you shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must happen, and first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. Then he said unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and the great earthquake shall be in divers places, famines, pestilence, fearful sights, great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all of these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what you shall answer, for I will give you mouth and wisdom, which all of your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And you shall be betrayed, both by parents and brethren, and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And you shall be hated for all men for my name's sake. But there shall not a hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is near. And let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon these people, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, in the stars upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, for looking after these things which coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with a power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up, lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And he spake unto them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees. When they shoot forth, you'll see and know your own selves, that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise, when you see these things come to pass, Know ye that the kingdom of God is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away until all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness, and the cares of the life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all of them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things, and shall come to pass, and stand before the Son of Man. And in the day time he was teaching in the temple, and at night he went out, and abode in the mount that is now called the Mount of Olives. All the people came early in the morning to him in the temple to hear him. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I won't have time to finish this next chapter. And I'm wishing you a blessed day. I hope that everybody remains safe and that nothing crazy happens. You know, this is a holiday that the other side likes to celebrate. And so please be vigilant, watch your children, keep them under your charge, and keep them safe. Okay, love you guys. Bye-bye.